Hello, everyone. Welcome to another story time with Chinwe Oyelede the storyteller. Today, I'll be telling another story from my book, a collection of ghost stories. And the story I'll be telling today is the cherry tree ghost. The cherry tree, popularly the cherry fruit, popularly known as Udala in Igbo land, is a fruit that is very common. It has a season when it comes out, and everybody really likes the fruit. This story is about Ngbeke, a girl from Udala village many years ago. Ngbeke loved the Udala fruit so much. She loved the Udala fruit so much. Everybody was like, Ngbeke, how do you even survive when it's not Udala season? Because when it's Udala season, she can eat and eat and eat, and it's possible for Ngbeke to finish a basket full of Udala. And so anytime it was Udala season, Weke would wake up very early in the morning. There was an Udala tree in her father's compound. There was an Udala tree in her grandmother's house. She would wake up very early in the morning and pick and pick and pick while people were still sleeping. I was told that the fruits usually fell very early in the morning. That's when it usually falls. And so Mbeke will pick and pick and pick and pick. She will give some to our family, give some to our friends, and then eat the rest. And usually, the portion she usually ate was more than what she gave to her friends and family. She just loved Udala, and many people knew her as Ngbeke, the Udala girl. And so during the this particular Udala season, Ngbeke, as usual, has been picking fruits from the Udala tree in her grandmother's compound and the one in her father's compound. There was actually a forest near her father's house, and there was a dollar tree there, but Mbeke had never ventured into that place. But this particular morning, she decided to go into the forest because the Udala tree there had a lot of fruits. And though she hadn't ventured there before, she decided to try that very early morning. Mbeke was actually very scared because it was still around very early, around 4:30 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning. And she was scared, but her love for Udala pushed her on. So Mbeke decided to go into the forest there to pick Udala. When she got there, to her surprise, the tree was shaking and Udala trees were falling. And Mbeke was like, wow, this is wonderful. I wouldn't even have to climb up the trees to shake it. The thing is falling for me. And then she started picking. This was even easier than getting Udala from the tree in her father's compound or getting Udala from the tree in her grandmother's compound. So she started picking and picking and picking, and she filled her basket. As she was filling her basket, the basket was full. She saw a sack on the ground. She took it, started filling. And then all of a sudden, it stopped. The shaking of the tree stopped. And the next thing Mbeke heard was, who picked my Udala? Who picked my Udala? Mbeke was shocked. She froze in fear. She looked around. She didn't see anybody. And then the voice repeated itself. Who picked my Udala? Who picked my Udala? When I mean Udala, I'm talking of the cherry fruit. And then Mbeke said, who is that? Who is talking? And when she turned, lo and behold, standing before her was a ghost. She knew it was a ghost because the look of the person was horrible. The eyes were hollow. Mbeke screamed very loud. She screamed and boom, she ran. She left the basket, she left everything. The Udala she had picked, she ran all the way down to, in fact, she ran past her father's compound, ran past her grandmother's compound, was running. But luckily, her father had heard the scream and come out and was wondering. He knew Mbeke usually picked Udala trees in the morning. So maybe he thought she was in front of the house. He didn't see her. He ran to the compound of our grandmother's compound. He didn't see her. He started running forward where he finally got to a neighboring house and saw Mbeke had collapsed on the ground. Mbeke could not talk. She was just making signs. Her father had to take her. They took her home. She couldn't talk anything. She couldn't talk or say anything. She was just making signs. And her father knew that this was something out of the ordinary. So the next morning, they took her to Agwaturumbe, the native doctor. And Agwaturumbe did some incantations. And then kind of calmed her down, and Ubeke began to narrate what happened. She told them how she decided to go to the forest to pick the Udala tree that was in the forest near her father's compound, and what had happened to her, what she saw, and what the ghost told her. And the native doctor confirmed that that was actually a ghost. And Mbeke was warned, seriously, never to go out in the morning anymore to pick Udala very early. It is said that early morning when the trees are shaking and the Udala tree is bringing down a lot of fruits, that it's actually ghosts who are up there plucking. I also gathered from a little narration from some people that ghosts usually love the Udala tree. So they come to the Udala tree to pluck their fruits very early in the morning. And so if you are not careful, you come out so early, there's a tendency that you will come in contact with ghosts because that's their own time of picking the Udala tree. Well, this was what the storyteller was told. I have not gone to any Udala tree to pick, so I do not know. But I think that was what happened to Nweke. She came out so early to pick Udala from an Udala tree. Unfortunately for her, when she went into the forest to pick from the Udala tree in the forest, there was a ghost who was there actually picking an Udala. Her Udala, and because Nweke didn't see the ghost, she started gathering the fruits that the ghost had picked, and that is why the ghost decided to confront her. I do hope you enjoyed the story. Watch out for another story from a collection of ghost stories. Once more, this is Chinwe Oyeliti Kinwafo, the storyteller. Thank you.